So Hereditary is a new horror film that's just come out in the UK at least, and it is being praised to high heavens. Everybody's loving this film, everybody's raving about this film, and that instantly made me worried. Because like I've said loads of times before, 95% of horror films that come out nowadays, for me at least, are terrible. But every once in a while you do get that one film in that 5% that's actually really good, and I was hoping that Hereditary was going to be part of that 5%. So I went into the film with low expectations, and thankfully it turned out quite good actually. Now I've seen a few people compare this film to The Witch, and I see why they say that, because Hereditary, like The Witch, is more of a drama than a horror film. It's obviously a horror film, it's got horror elements in it, but generally speaking, for the most part, it's a drama about a family dealing with stuff. That's what I liked the most about The Witch, and that's what I liked the most about Hereditary as well. The drama was really well handled, it was compelling, and it was really brought to life and hit home by the really good performances by the cast. Everyone was good in this film, but especially the mother, and I don't know the actress's name or anything like that, and I do apologise, I'll put it on the screen if I can bother googling it later, but she was really good here. She was really emotional, you felt her vulnerability, you really started to root for her in trying to do what she's trying to do in the film. Big props to her, she carries a lot of the film actually. Now another similarity between this film and The Witch has nothing to do with the films themselves, it's the audience reactions, because a lot of the audience hated The Witch, and the audience is so far hating Hereditary as well. And I completely understand why, because there will be some horror junkies, like general movie-going horror junkies, who will go to this film and they want to be scared out of their minds every 5 seconds, but they're not going to get it. Because again, it's more of a drama than a horror film. In fact, there's quite a massive chunk of this film, like in the first half going into the second half, where the film doesn't even attempt to do anything kind of freaky. It doesn't attempt to do anything horror-ish. And that was quite noticeable actually, because I was sat there and I was like, okay, it's been about half an hour and the film's not done anything really horror-ish since like one part towards the start. This big chunk of time really is the characters dealing with things. There are a couple of times where the music swells up and it tries to be intense, but it's the character dealing with like a distressful situation, nothing really horror-ish. But I was never once bored though, because I was interested in the family, and the drama with them going through their ordeals was compelling, like I said. So if you're a general moviegoer who sees the trailer for this film expecting a full-on horror film throughout the entire runtime, you're going to be disappointed, you're not going to like it at all actually. As somebody who likes The Witch and The Babadook, and somebody who likes horror films that push drama over horror and jump scares, I liked Hereditary. The last 10 to 15 minutes as well were actually pretty damn creepy. There's a couple of times where like something happens like in the background, I'm like, what the hell was that? And massive props to the sound guys on this film as well, because there are a couple of parts where you hear something in the background of the film, like footsteps, and through the cinema speakers you can hear it like kind of go behind you. It's kind of creepy, so massive props to the sound designers on this film. In the end, I thankfully quite liked Hereditary. It was a compelling drama that was brought to life really well by the actors, who are all really great in the film, especially the mother. It was really well directed as well. It was a first time feature film for the director of this film, so very impressive there. It is more of a drama than a horror, absolutely, but when it goes for the horror, it does get pretty creepy and kind of unsettling at times. But I will say it wasn't as unsettling as I heard it was. A lot of people say this film's just going to stick with you forever once you see it. I didn't really get that reaction from Hereditary, unfortunately. I didn't love the living hell out of it, but I did like it quite a bit, so in the end, I'm going to give Hereditary a 4 out of 5. So what did you guys think of Hereditary, and which film did you like more, Hereditary or The Witch? Me personally, I think I'm more of a Witch guy. Whatever your thoughts are, let me know down there, and if you want to see more of my stuff, click on one of these things, and I'll see you all in the next video.